Welcome to science class. This is a 21 plus or 18 plus in your designated jurisdiction. If you're not one of those people, places, or things, then go away. Thank you for watching. What is distillate? THC. Distillate is THC, but it's literally just THC. That might sound confusing to some people, but if you have regular flour, I'll just draw a little flower like this. If you have flour, THC, there's actually more than THC in there. There's also THCA, which does turn to THC, so that doesn't matter that much. THCV, weird one. THCB, literally. What's another one? THCH. You got that one too. Now these all do something different. THC is the main one, and it always has been for a very freaking long time. Most people know that there's THC in weed, and if they don't, then you need to be educated just a little bit. But the flower has THCH and THCV and THCH. Oh, that's B right there. Yep. So it gives you different effects, but some people don't feel the different effects. I think it really matters on how much you consume. Like, of course, if you are smoking like 0.02 out of a pen, let's say, Pengerman, it's very strong. If you're smoking like 0.1 out of a bowl of flour, that's also going to be very strong, but it's going to have different effects if you do it in a smaller dose. If you do huge amounts, then you barely feel any difference because you're not even getting faded anymore. You're just smoking, honestly, to like feel different. But let's say whenever I had can of butter that was made from actual flour. I had butter. I had can of butter, and it was made from flour, so it had all these things in it. Plus more. Like, I'm forgetting what all the other things. It also has CBD in it, Some strains don't have CBD, but some do, and it still gets you high as long as it has THC and all these other compounds in it. The butter, it was one of the first things I ever had, and it was literally like the best thing I could have had, because if I would have started off with a pen, I would have only been having the THC, and I wouldn't really know what the difference is. And honestly, I wasn't even in America when I had the butter, so couldn't really even get the pens at the time. So I was at the right place at the right time, made some can of butter and some gummies, and I ate it, and I was floating in my bed. Now, I've gotten to the point where I can feel the difference in getting a head high whenever I mainly use distillate that has just THC, or if I use rosin, which is made from flour, or if I smoke really good flour, I get some different feelings, mainly body effects from all these other compounds that are in it. That really sums up like the feeling, but I need to tell you, how is THC distillate made, and how are these other things made? How is THC distillate made? It is a very complicated, like, scientific thing. I'm explaining in dumbed down words, but basically it's the same as getting water vapor. Whenever you distill water, let's say in a pot on a stove with fire, you have the water here, you have the steam, and let's say it's getting collected into something, into a little thing over there. Very bad drawing, but that's the process of distillation. But I think or I'm pretty sure it has to be a certain temperature to get pure THC, and at different temperatures you get different compounds extracted, but you want the specific temperature. So let's say you have the flower, the flower crude material. It doesn't look like flour, it's usually just like mashed up shake and stuff like that. But let's say it's going through the distillation process at a specific Fahrenheit, X Fahrenheit, and it's going to get collected into this little jar right here. THC. Long story short, it's a science thing, and you can use any kind of flour, like shake, trim, whatever, and you get the distillate out, and it's just like extracting all the THC, so it's usually very high percentage, like 80, 90, 97, 98. Whenever you have flour, it's never that high. I mean, most people know that regular flour is like between 15 to 30 max, really. But whenever you extract stuff, whenever you press rosin or get live resin, it's always a higher percentage. But distillate only is extracting THC. Whenever you're getting live resin, let's say you're using an extraction method with butane, we're going to call this chemical X. You spray it into this tube of flour, and then out comes out live, well, I've never written like this before, live resin. Wow. This is also horrible. It's 12 a.m. Keep that in mind, but thank you guys for watching, and subscribe for sure. We're not done yet. So, the live resin, the THC, distillate. The live resin, though, has all the other compounds, the T, H, C, B, V, DJ, that's literally one of them. Sometimes there's THCP, and, yeah. But I just am trying to make you guys know that distillate is just THC. And sometimes people try to sell, not people, but companies try to sell live terps vapes, and it's like, oh, it's live resin, or they'll even say live resin infused, or live resin enhanced, or live resin terpene vape. Did you find out what the heck? Quick. But they'll literally say live resin terpene vape, and it's just live resin terpenes, which is basically the flavoring that comes off of an apple or a banana. It's kind of hard to explain, but it's a very small percentage of what's in the product, and it's not actual live resin, it's just the flavoring, so you gotta be aware of that too. Last thing I will show is how rosin is made, because this is my favorite thing. I literally have a video of pressing rosin on my channel. If you have not watched it, just check out my channel. Doing it with a hair straightener. Alright, this one makes me enthusiastic because I love rosin. And we're going to do the flower rosin method. Appreciate it. Alright, I spent a good minute writing this out. Flower rosin pressing starting product. In this example, let's say we have some OG Kush that is sticky icky, around 28%. That'd be super ideal. If you come up with some 15% stinky socks that is dry, then you're going to have to get kicked out. I'm sorry. But you have to start out with some nice sticky icky. And this is, just imagine it's a hydraulic press that has temperature plates. In the middle is flour. It presses together at a certain temperature, and you get juices. The little black spot is the flower juices. You have to have parchment paper to collect the rosin on. You can't just put it on the press, or else it will go everywhere and get stuck to the press and burn on the heated plates. You also should have a mold press. That's a little container with the mold that fits in there, and you put flour inside so that you can press a little puck before you press. It's basically a pre-press. Micron bags, it looks like tea bags, and that's what you put the flour inside, so that when you press it, none of the flour comes out and you get only the juices. And some people don't use micron bags. Like in my video, I didn't. I've never had micron bags yet. So your product has the smallest amount of flour, but it's still honestly okay to dab with if you get big pieces out. It's just so much better and cleaner with micron bags. And around average, 3.5 of, let's say, this starting product could get you between 1 and 0.5 grams. So a half gram or a whole gram from 3.5, which would be like, what, bro? That's not very good. But you do have to put into effect that the 28% turns into like 60 something or 70, and the flavor is stronger and more potent because it's just the wax. So to each their own. It's whatever you want to do. But me personally, I've made a vape. 2 gram rosin vape with a lot of flour, and I'm fine with it just because it's stronger, danker, bigger percentage. Why not? If you had an ounce that's 28 grams, you could get up to 8 G's, which would be crazy. 4 grams is definitely more, like, yeah, you're definitely gonna get 4 grams from that, if that's your starting product for sure. And 8 grams would be like, wow, bro, you better keep just pressing this flour because that would make bang. Some people, lots of companies, they press not just flour rosin, but they do bubble hash and regular hash even, and it's because it's more concentrated and it's more clean, it's more pure. But that will be for another day. Even I have to learn more about that stuff. But yeah, once you press your flower rosin or whatever type of rosin, as long as it is rosin, or even some live resin, but mainly rosin, or flour, then you will have THC, THCP, THCA, THCB, THCB, THCH, THCDG, CBD, CBN, CBDA, CBG, plus terpenes. And the terpene story is also for another day. Do you think terpenes totally affect the high? Well, I don't think it's the high as much the strain, but we'll have to find out some other day. Also, varies by strain too. Some have like smaller amounts, some have huge amounts. Someday I'm gonna find out, and I will have the strains that have exactly what I need. Science. And faith, of course. I guess that's all I have to bullshit about today. It's literally 1:30. I mean 12:30. Yeah. So thanks for watching. Peace out.